Donald Trump has admitted he tried to actually overturn the election. He put it in writing. The Secret Service is now under criminal investigation. And Steve Bannon, back in 2020, was well aware of the scheme from the beginning. I got all the information here. All right, so as the January 6th Select Committee presented damning evidence of Donald Trump allowing his violent coup attempt to continue for 187 minutes, Donald Trump basically has now admitted to seditious conspiracy on his Truth Social website. In just a moment, I'm going to read part of that statement where Donald Trump admits it was his goal to overturn the election. Before I go to that, let's go to Steve Bannon. Leaked audio exclusively obtained by Mother Jones of Steve Bannon in October of 2020, before the election, saying, here's the plan of Trump. Here it is.
He's going to take advantage of it. That's our strategy. He's going to declare himself a winner. So when you wake up Wednesday morning, it's going to be a firestorm. We're going to have Antifa crazy, the media crazy, the courts are crazy, and Trump's going to be sitting there mocking, tweeting, you lose. I'm the winner. I'm the king. And he'll be all over. He'll be going, where's Hunter? Is Hunter on a crack pipe? I mean, no, he'll be, because then it doesn't matter. Remember, here's the thing. After then, Trump never has to go to a voter again. He's going to fire Wray, the FBI director, and fire the CEO. He's going to say, how about that? Because he's never going to. He's done his last election. Oh, he's going to be off the chain. He's going to be crazy. Also, if Trump is losing by 10 or 11 o'clock at night, it's going to be even crazier. No, because he's going to sit right there and say they stole it.
That's right. Steve Bannon knew the entire strategy. He was not even part of the administration at that time. He's a former administration official who was well aware before the election in October, the month before the election. He knew that if Donald Trump was losing, Trump would simply declare that he actually won. He would create chaos in the media. He would engage in mass manipulation, and he did. This was a strategy. Why did Steve Bannon know about this? Because they created the strategy from day one. There's more. In his statement, Donald Trump said he did admit he wanted Vice President Mike Pence to reject the valid electors in multiple states in violation of the Constitution. And then he went on to admit the goal was to overturn the 2020 presidential election, which was won by Joe Biden. This, according to Trump, may have proven to be an election-changing event. Trump admitted before attacking Biden in his statement. Now, let me take you to a reel that has been created. Remember those 187 minutes when Trump decided to do nothing but to watch violence unfold on television, hoping that his violence or the violent mob that he has animated against the United States government, he was hoping that it would work. Remember that? Well, Donald Trump finally had to become teleprompter Trump. And here's how that went.
Whenever you're ready, sir.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack yesterday. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. You do not represent our movement. You do not represent our country. And if you broke the law, you can't say that. I'm not gonna, I already said you will pay. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defied the seat of justice. It's defiled, right? See, I can't see it very well. Okay, I'll do this. I'm going to do this. Let's go. But this election is now over. Congress has certified the results. I don't want to say the election's over. I just want to say Congress has certified the results without saying the election's over, okay?
But Congress is certified. Now Congress is
Yeah, right.
Now Congress
I
is
didn't say over, so let me see. Go to the paragraph before. Okay? I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack yesterday. Yesterday is a hard word for me.
Just take that, the heinous attack.
Good. Take the word yesterday, because it doesn't work with the heinous attack on our country. Say on our country. Want to say that?
No, keep it.
My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote.
Yeah, in the biggest, but I don't wanna moment you've ever seen in a presidential element. Donald Trump's heart obviously was not in it. So let me read what he has recently posted. This is where his heart was at. What a difference, he says, it would have made if state legislatures had another crack at looking at all of the fraud, abuse, and irregularities that have been found. Trump said, even though all of his delusions have been thoroughly debunked and laughed out of court, even by judges that Donald Trump appointed himself. Now, there's a reason why Trump is saying, what if the legislatures could get an opportunity to look at this again? He's not saying, what if judges could? He's not saying, what if election officials could? He's saying, what if legislatures could do this again? He's saying that because right now before the United States Supreme Court is a case that would allow, if they rule the wrong way, it would allow state legislatures to overturn the will of the people to enact their own slate of electors, regardless of what the state citizens decide. That right now is a case before the United States Supreme Court, a power that has never been exercised by state legislatures, ever. That's what he's setting the stage for. There's more. The Department of Homeland Security, the inspector has said now Secret Service under investigation. The Department of Homeland Security's Inspector General has launched a criminal investigation into the circumstances surrounding the destruction of Secret Service text messages that may have been relevant to inquiries about the January 6th Capitol attack. Two sources familiar with the matter told NBC News. The results of the investigation could be referred to federal prosecutors, the sources said. Depending on the results, the DHS Inspector General informed the Secret Service on Wednesday evening that the investigation is now, in fact, criminal. Ladies and gentlemen, the Secret Service is now under criminal investigation because of their connection to covering up, potentially covering up text message between their own agents. I don't believe these text messages only highlight Donald Trump's, let's say, engagement to overthrow the government. I think these text messages they erased are far more sinister than we could ever imagine. Dan, thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm glad that the connections between Trump and the Secret Service are starting to come together, because we know that he appointed former Secret Service agent Anthony Ornato to be his deputy chief of staff, and they were very closely in contact with each other. It's seeming that we're uncovering in the lead up to January 6th and around that day surrounding it. We're seeing that even it seems like Mike Pence knew there was some kind of inside game going on where they were trying to make sure that Pence was either A, going along with Trump's idea of overturning the votes, or B, just unable to certify the election so Trump could take over amidst the chaos there. But even Pence knew, and Pence didn't listen to certain Secret Service agents who were telling him to leave the area and were prodding him to leave DC. It's weird how all of these people who were villains that went up with everything that Donald Trump was doing up until 99% of the way through the game, that they decide to grow a conscience. It's amazing, but thankfully it seems like it's glad it happens here. But all of that stuff, I'm so sick of the people on the right who were gaslighting us over the past 4 years, who are saying, oh, Donald Trump, he can't be a bumbling idiot and also be calculating at the same time. You see it there in his speech prep. He's like, oh, I don't want it to sound like this because then it'll be interpreted as being too weak or whatever. This clip shows that yes, he's not that smart, but he saw that what he learned from the 2016 to the 2020 election is that you can push the boundaries, push the limits of the law, and the Republican Party will just go along with you as long as you're building power for them, as long as you're building influence for them. One last thing, he needs to get off the voter fraud and get all that stuff already. As the Ross Story person who wrote that article mentioned, it's already been widely debunked, but we've been about to do the story later on where One American News, the news outlet that was mostly deep into Trump's voter fraud conspiracy theories, are about to be sued out of existence because of these voting machine manufacturers who were able to prove in court that no, our machines worked fine. You kept lying about the quality of our machines. We're coming for you because you're defaming our character. So all of this is ridiculous. It's a whirlwind from Trump. Will it affect Republican voters? That remains to be seen. But all the stuff being laid out in front of us is very important to be aware of, especially the Secret Service connection.
Yeah, and another point you made about the machines, ironically, Trump actually won on the machines in Georgia. He lost on the absentee ballots. So when people say, well, the votes are rigged on the machines, well, then that doesn't go with your narrative. Trump actually won on the machines and lost on absentee ballots. Okay,